For the shallow water style of fishing, the retrieve we're adopting is one of trying to replicate a wounded bait fish. We're fishing very lightly weighted jig heads around the 1/40th to 1/50th ounce, and we're fishing fairly small plastics for this hour of the morning, 4 or 5 inch plastics. The retrieve is fairly simple. Cast as far as you can, give it a little bit of time to sink towards the reefy areas, and then just adopt a quite erratic shake which allows the plastic to flutter up in the water and then stop and pause and let it sink down in the water column. Another pike. And that dying, wounded bait fish imitation means it attracts attention from any feeding fish very quickly. They're very good at tuning into that wounded signals that get sent out in the water, and it's often on the pause that the fish will come and eat it. The shake gets their attention, and as it pauses in the water, that's when the fish will come and pick it up. And that's another reason that using your braided lines really helps, because you actually see a lot of bites before you detect them. You'll notice that the belly of your line suddenly whips out, or you'll actually see the line twitch or duck off in the water. That's a good indication that it's time to strike and set the hook. It's quite a captivating retrieve. It's very visual. You're continually shaking and watching your line for any sign of deviation or change. And then when you do manage to hook a good fish in these spots, then it's adrenaline time, because they're very good at getting back home to break lines and end the story too quickly sometimes. Retrieve is a little bit awkward to start with. The sort of shake and then wind, well, I always liken it to that action of rubbing your tummy and tapping yourself on the head. It feels a bit awkward to start with, but when you get the hang of it, it's a very effective retrieve. Oh, come on, shake it out a bit. Got a bit of reef down there too. Get out of the reef.
He's a bit bigger than you thought.
Yeah, he might be a bit bigger than I thought. He's a little squire, get out of the reef. Oh, look at that.
Oh, that's a nice little snapper.
There we go, Bill. Nice little morning snapper. Hey, nice little squirey snapper.
How's that?
Now that's a classic little Moreton Bay squire. They get a lot bigger in these reef areas, but that's a beautiful little morning fish. And he's eating my plastic.
Well down.
Little 4-inch plastic. I'll just pop that hook out. Nice little lip hook. They're a very attractive fish. You can see why so many people enjoy targeting these fish. They're absolute troopers on light tackle. They fight like there's no tomorrow. They're a great table fish and very attractive.
And he's just out here in this reef, probably 2 to 3 metres depth of water?
3 to 4 metres of reef. It's a run out tide, so they're feeding a little bit more on the fringe areas, and he's just cruising those areas looking for any opportunity to grab a bait fish. It's a great table size, but I'm a big fan of letting these guys go. They get pressured a fair bit in this area, so we might let him go and come back next year when he's a couple of kilos bigger, Bill.
Okay.
All right, mate. There you go.